are vintage gaming console generations defined? Imagine stepping into a room filled with old gaming consoles, each one telling a story of a different time in gaming history. You might wonder how these groups of consoles are sorted into generations. Well, it all comes down to the technology they used and the trends of their era. When talking about vintage gaming, we look at how consoles evolved over time, shaping pop culture and sparking nostalgia. The first generation kicked off in 1972 with the Magnavox Odyssey. It was a simple box that played basic games like Pong. These early consoles had very limited graphics and sound, but they started the idea of playing games at home. The second generation, which began in 1976, brought in cartridges. Consoles like the Atari 260 and the Fairchild Channel F let players switch games easily, making gaming more accessible. This era made gaming a household activity. Moving into the third generation, starting in 1983, the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, became a household name. These consoles had better graphics and more complex games like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. They helped make gaming a part of everyday pop culture. The fourth generation, beginning in 1987, introduced 16-bit processors. The Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis offered more colorful graphics and faster gameplay, with titles like Sonic the Hedgehog becoming cultural icons. The fifth generation, starting in 1993, saw the rise of three-dimensional graphics. The Sony PlayStation and Nintendo 64 brought immersive worlds and new ways to play. The Nintendo 64 introduced analog controls and multiplayer split-screen gaming. The sixth generation, beginning in 1998, included the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. These consoles added DVD players and online gaming, turning gaming into a full entertainment experience. The seventh generation, from 2005 to 2017, featured the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Nintendo Wii. The Wii made motion controls popular, bringing gaming to a wider audience. The eighth generation, from 2012 to 2020, saw the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. The Switch combined handheld and home gaming, appealing to both nostalgic fans and new players. Finally, the ninth generation, starting in 2020, includes the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. These consoles push graphics and speed even further, keeping gaming fresh and exciting. Each of these groups reflects how technology and culture influence gaming trends. Nostalgia for vintage consoles remains strong because they laid the foundation for today's gaming world. They reminded us of simpler times and the joy of discovering new worlds from the comfort of our homes.